Hi, welcome to this early summer practice. In this practice we are going to bring together the themes of early summer from seasonal yoga and traditional Chinese medicine. We'll be doing lots of expanding but then contracting to balance our energy through this transitional season. For the practice you will need a couple of blocks or anything that looks like a block that you have at home. We're going to begin with a really nice meditation, move through our early summer sequence and then relax towards the end of the session with a nice relaxation. So find your comfortable place. Feel free to use any props that you have so that you can be comfortable here and that your spine can be long. Take a few breaths in and sigh out through the mouth. Settle into position, making any little adjustments so that you're completely comfortable. And loosen off the shoulders, lengthen through the crown of your head. Close the eyes or settle your gaze gently down in front of you. Begin to just notice the natural flow of your breath. Letting yourself be transported from the external world into a more internal space. And when we begin our practice here, take a little moment to notice your internal landscape. So bringing your awareness inwards, begin to notice how your body feels. So physically being aware of all the sensations in your body. Your attention is in this moment, inviting your mind to be here and now, exploring all the big and all the subtle sensations within your body. You may notice any spots of tension that you're holding on to, and we're just being curious here, acknowledging, seeing how the body feels. You might even explore areas where your body's in contact with the floor, or maybe the contact point between your hands and your knees. So being aware of all the sensations, heaviness, lightness, tingling, heat, cool, but also the areas that maybe there's not so much sensation. Let yourself be aware of it all. As if you can trace the outline of your body and feel it all at once now, the whole body together. And letting your awareness rest on your breath now. And as you breathe in and out through the nose, start to witness the expansion and the contraction of the breath. The lifting, the rising on the inhale as you draw the breath in through the nose It strokes the back of your throat deep down into your lungs, filling with air. The rib cage, the chest, the belly expand with breath. And on the exhale, they draw back together, the navel just gently drawing back to spine, the rib cage settles back down, the chest depresses, and the air rushes out through your nose. So taking a few full rounds of full yogic breath, letting yourself rest with this awareness on expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Taking another few breaths, and this theme of expansion and contraction is very much fitting for early summer. So we're in this transitional phase between spring, new growth, new beginnings, and early summer, where we're warming up for the full yang of summer ahead. So we're in the in-between, if you like. And this practice is about balancing that energy as we sit between the two. Finding boundaries so that we don't expend all of our efforts and our energy. So really trying to strike the perfect balance and equilibrium in our practice, from being open and expansive, but then contracting and being more inward as well to replenish ourselves. Taking a last breath there. Coming to open the eyes, feel like you are blending your internal and external world there. So lots of movements will be opening and expanding, and then closing and rounding. So you can expect all of that from this session. We'll start with some exaggerated seated cat-cow. So maybe take a few shoulder rolls first. Let's just warm up into our practice. Keep the breath flowing in and out through the nose, and just taking little movements that allow you to ease into your body. So very small head roll, perhaps taking the hand to the opposite side and just allowing the neck muscles to open, and then over to the other side. Bringing the hands out, and the two meridians or energy channels that we're working with are for the pericardium, which is the sac surrounding the heart, and then the triple heater, which is mostly referred to in traditional Chinese medicine as sort of the connective tissue, which warms our whole being. And these meridians are all through the arms, so the inside and the outside of the arms, and we're going to stimulate those now. So on the in-breath, and it's quite gentle movement, but it helps to warm the body up for heart openers, chest openers. So on the inhale, we're going to turn the thumbs round, the pinkies out, and then on the exhale, take it back round. So we're inhaling here, rolling the shoulders forward, exhaling back. We'll do 3 more. Good, then let's bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, press the palms away. Allow yourself to sit back onto the cushioned part of your bottom and do what we never do in yoga really, and sort of round and tuck. So maybe bring the chin to chest, feel all of that space across your back, into the upper back specifically, and then we'll open up, take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together, lift through the chest. Try to keep your head quite neutral here so that we're not overextending through the front of the neck. Breathe into the lungs, feel the ribcage expand. Take another big breath in. And then in the exhale, we're going to bring the hands round, press them away, tuck the chin to chest. As you breathe in, lift and open. Exhale round. Let's do 2 more. One more big breath in. And then gently coming back. So feeling that into your shoulders already, hopefully feeling good. And we're just going to take a wee breath work which starts to generate heat in the body. We're going to do just 1 round of this breath work so that we're balancing our energy nicely. On the in-breath, we will be reaching the arms up, spreading the fingers, energy flowing, and on the exhale, we'll be creating a fist and bringing the hands either side of the ribcage. So this is perfect for early summer. It starts to create heat in the body. So it's a nice big breath in through the nose and then exhale. But then we can do it a wee bit quicker. So we're going to do 1 round of 10, just moving to your own pace, and you'll notice the breath just starts to naturally flow in and out. So to remind you, the inhale is a reach up, the exhale is a draw down. And you can make it quite energetic as well to really create that heat. So we're breathing in, 2, bring the hands down onto the knees, close your eyes. Feeling that burst of energy just starting to flow through the body nicely. Take 3 rounds of Ujjayi breath now. So returning to Ujjayi breathing, in through the nose, out through the nose. Good. One last seated posture here. We're going to bring the arms in front, turn the palms to face down, taking your left elbow over the right. So we're coming to Garudasana, or eagle arms. From here, so for me, really important to get that cross in the elbows. Bring the backs of the arms to touch. And if it's possible for you, you may be able to reach your right hand to the left palm. So sort of tying a knot, if you like. Stay grounded through your sit bones, and if it feels okay, if the body's feeling good, if you're feeling comfortable here, you can lift the elbows away from the floor and the hands just gently away from the face and breathing into the back of the body. So feeling this between your shoulder blades, breathing in and out for another 2 breaths. And then we will unravel the arms, expansive movement, breathe in. And then exhale to bring the right elbow over the left, wrapping around in the opposite direction. So about 3 full breaths. Again, you can lift the elbows away from the floor and the hands away from the face. And then we'll open out, big expanse, and then come back to centre. So feeling good in the shoulders. Let's come on to tabletop and take some cat-cow movement. So in early summer, we know that it's all about warming up, lengthening through the body, and also sort of moving in different directions, so exploring new movement in our practice, which allows us to get into the connective tissue, to get things moving slightly differently than usual. So for our cat-cow in this practice, we're going to let it be a bit more loose, a little bit more intuitive, and less sort of rigid. And it'll be completely unique to what feels good in your body. But we're going to still have that action of the spine lifting on the in-breath, tucking in the out-breath, but just moving perhaps in a more circular motion, maybe bending into the elbows. I always think of this, for me anyway, as sort of taking the ribs from one side to the next, and any opportunity we can take to open up into the side body and really get into the ribs is always welcome in our yoga practice, as it helps to nourish the breath and to create space in the rib cage, which can often be really quite rigid. And as I mentioned at the start, the pericardium is, and let's move in the other direction now with your breath. The pericardium is the other organ which is connected to early summer, the heart, and it's often called the heart protector. And then all around that you have the ribs, which definitely protect all of our internal organs. And we want to try and find that balance where the heart is open, but it's not too vulnerable in many ways. So by practicing this, let's go one way in the opposite direction and then back again. And gently come back. We're going to hold Anahata Asana. So bringing the hands in front, let the arms be straight, knees over your hips, and then bringing the forearms down, taking the chest back towards your thighs. Options are to bring the forehead to the floor or the chin to the mat. And wherever you are, be with your breath, connected deeply, inhaling and exhaling. So feeling all of this space being created. Feeling into the shoulders and this descent towards the floor. So feeling the pull of gravity invite you to sink down through the chest and letting go into that space. Do one more breath here. And let's take the gaze forward and begin to move forward, keeping the forearms down and bringing tummy and the pelvis down. So creating a nice active body here by pressing down through the tops of the feet and also lengthening through your tailbone. So tucking the tailbone under. So you feel the pubic bone on the floor, tops of the feet engaged, and on the in-breath, we're going to lift the elbows up and off the floor, and then exhale to come down, all the while staying engaged through the lower body. So do that 3 more times. Being mindful of your shoulders. Keeping them away from the ears. Last one. And let's step the hands back, pushing up and back to tabletop. So from tabletop, we're going to explore these expansive and contractive movements. Create your nice box shape, keep the body engaged, switched on, hands pressing down. We'll start with the right hand. On the inhale, we're going to lift and open, taking it back as much as feels comfortable. On the exhale, loop it under, coming down onto your right ear. And then breathing in, opening up again, exhaling, looping under. So 3 more, we do 5 on each side. 3, 2, last one. Inhale, bring that hand down, and then we'll move on the other side. So on the in-breath, lifting the left shoulder up, left arm up. Exhale, coming down onto it. 4 more. 2, last one. Gently coming up. We'll walk the hands forward and make our way into downward dog. Spread the fingers, ground through your hands. Push the floor away as you rise up into down dog. Soften the knees, feet around hip width apart, and then creating space. And we're just going to roll with the breath here. So keeping everything moving on the inhale. We're going to roll forward slowly, tuck the chin to chest, creates this rounding in the upper back. And as you exhale, hover the knees, send the sit bones back, lifting up. We'll do that 2 more times. Slowly breathe in, move forward. Exhale, hover and push back. Once more. Looking forward and stepping your feet. So see if you can stay on the balls of your feet to come all the way to the top of the mat. Feet hip width apart. Soften the knees, take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Create this wee shelf by bending the knees and let the rib cage rest there. And then maybe reaching the hands away from the low back, the shoulders away from ears. Maybe even having a little bit of a wiggle here. On the exhale, let's lower the hands down, bring them forward, either fingertips to shins or on the floor. Inhale to lift up, look forward, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale to heart. So staying there, keeping your feet about hip width apart. We're going to take some rotations. So maybe have a little bit of softness in your knees as you ground through your feet. And we're going to rotate the arms back. So imagine you're doing backstroke. So we're breathing in and then out. 3 more. 2. 1 more. And then moving forward. Last one. Good, let's bring the hands to heart. So then some quarter sun salutations, we'll call them. On the in-breath, moving the arms up, ground through your feet, look up, exhale to heart. Do 4 more. 3. 2. Last one. Okay, then making sure you're at the top of your mat. Let's flow. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step the right foot back. Lower the knee down. Inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, bring your hands either side, straighten the left leg, folding over the leg, and then breathing in to float up. Exhaling to fold. So this opening, lifting away, and then exhaling to surrender and fold. We'll do one more. Just framing the left foot, we're going to tuck the right toes under, ground through your hands, step back, plank position. On the exhale, floating forward, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to cobra or upward dog on the tops of your feet. Chest is open. On the exhale, take it up and back, holding downward facing dog for 5 breaths. And really do invite in any intuitive movement that feels good. On the inhale, we'll step the right foot through to the top of the mat. Lower the left knee down. Inhale, let's reach up, engage through the lower belly. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot, fold over. So flowing through those movements with your breath. Exhale. Looking forward, bring the hands framing that right foot, tucking the left toes under and coming to step to the top of the mat as you breathe in, lengthen, look forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, soften the knees, drive through the feet and the legs to come up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. So every round, we're just layering up the practice. Exhaling to step the right foot back. So we'll do 3 of these breaths. Inhaling to your low lunge. Exhaling to runner's lunge, folding over the leg only to where it's comfortable. Know your boundaries while still having that curiosity to explore new space that's safe for your body. And then looking forward, we're going to tuck the right toes under and bring the right knee to behind the left and come to sit in half Lord of the Fishes. Taking your right arm, hug the left knee in, lengthen up, and then either bring the left hand behind you or you can wrap it round towards your right hip. Breathe there. Each breath in offers that length and space, and on the exhale, a rotation to lift round. We'll breathe in, come back, reach the arms up. We're going to bring the hands down, so we're coming forward, taking your right foot back, then the left to plank. Going forward and down, chaturanga dandasana, inhale to cobra and upward dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. 4 breaths there. And then stepping the right foot through. Lower the left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding over the leg. 2 more of those, flowing nicely. And then looking forward, we're going to tuck the left toes under and take the left knee to behind the right, and then come to sit in half Lord of the Fishes. So just readjust where you need to, wrapping your left arm around the right knee. Find a wee bit of groundedness through your sit bones. Lengthen from there. Take the right hand behind you or tuck it towards the left hip. Breathe there. You'll then exhale, begin to take your weight forward, stepping back to downward facing dog. So have a little pedal, bit of a wiggle. We're going to turn onto the outer edge of your right foot, and then stepping your left foot halfway up the mat to face the long edge of the mat, so the left edge of the mat. So we're in a sort of half Vasisthasana. We're going to float your left arm up, lots of expansion and space across the chest. And from here on the exhale, we're going to lower the right hip down towards the floor and the arm parallel with the floor. We inhale, float up, maybe take the arm over the ear. Exhale to lower down. 3, 2, last one. And then gently come up, bring the hand down, step back to downward dog. Again, have a little pedal, a bit of a wiggle. Maybe come up onto your toes and then exhale the heels down. We're then turning onto the outer edge of your left foot. Bring the right foot about halfway up the mat, and then we're taking, once we feel grounded and steady, the right arm to reach up. So push the floor away, engage the core muscles. On the exhale, we'll lower down. On the inhale, reaching up, maybe taking the arm up and over. Once more. Good, then let's bring it all back round, step back, downward facing dog. A pedal, bit of a wiggle, and then let's step the right foot through to the top of the mat. Come up onto your fingertips, lift and look forward. On the inhale, we're going to come into a high lunge, so stay grounded through your feet as you rise up, keeping the hips facing forward, the arms lifted. Breathing in, breathing out. And then moving with the breath on the inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg. Exhale to come back down. So we inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Once more. And then looking forward, keep your gaze point forward. We're going to bring this left leg all the way forward. We're going to lift away, bring the knee in, looking forward, hugging the knee in, keeping the spine long. And then we're going to cross the legs. And if you can, you might be able to take the left toes round and start to sit down. We'll bring the hands to heart for now. So we're sitting down with our Garudasana base. So our legs in Garudasana. Ooh, don't fall. Teachers fall too. Keep the gaze point forward. Reach the arms out. And take your right arm over left. Come to that Garudasana position that we did seated at the beginning of the practice. Focus. Keep your drishti, your gaze point fixed on something that isn't moving. Looking straight ahead, feeling heat beginning to build as you've tied yourself in a knot. We'll take one more breath and then we're going to unravel the arms, reach them out, come all the way up, stepping back to your high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back, downward dog. 2 breaths. And then bringing your right foot forward, turning onto the outer edge of your left foot. Bring the foot halfway down, the right foot. Lift that top arm up. From here, we can stay here, really lifting through the hips, or bringing the feet to meet in Vastasthasana. Push the floor away, lift, find that expand. You can even take the top arm over to get into new space. And then we'll bring the hands down, step back, downward dog. Looking forward, let's step the left foot through. Come to your high lunge. So lift the chest forward, feel grounded through your feet and coming all the way up into your lunge. We'll move with the breath then. So on the inhale, once you're steady, breathe in to come up. Exhale to lower back down. Keep moving with your breath. Two more. Keep your gaze forward. We're going to bring this right leg all the way forward, so ground through the left. Hug the knee in. Lift up tall. Soften your left knee. Take the right knee on top, crossing over. You can bring hands to hips, so we did hands to heart on the other side. You notice I'm keeping my gaze really firmly fixed, straight ahead. Tucking the feet round. If that's comfortable, maybe sitting with a little bit lower and then taking the arms in front. This time left over right. Garudasana. Another 2 breaths here. And then release, expand, lift and open, reach the arms up, step back, high lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Couple of breaths there. Bringing your left foot forward now. Coming onto the outer edge of your right foot. Plant the right hand down. Take the left foot to point towards the long edge of the mat, the left edge. And then we're opening up and expanding into Vastasthasana. So lift through the hips. Feel all of this core engagement through the lower abdominals. Still breathing. If you feel balanced, strong, steady, then bringing that left foot on top. And if you wish to, you can reach that top arm up and over. And then let's bring the left hand down, pivot onto your tiptoes. And in downward dog, just adding a wee bit of movement. So bringing the heels over to one side, then the next. So pivoting. Keep it going. Then coming back to centre. Rolling forward, coming through to plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Looking forward, we're going to roll onto the outer edge of your left foot now. So deciding what's been comfortable for you in the last few rounds, whether to have the right foot pointing towards the long edge of the mat or to stack it on top. We're then going to take the left foot behind, the right foot behind, lift up through your hips, taking your right arm behind and coming in to wild thing. 3 breaths. And then movement with breath, stick with it. We're going to exhale to sit down and lift the foot up to toe. So foot to toe, not foot to toe, hand to toe. And then we inhale to come up. Exhale down. One more. Gently come back up. Let's pivot round. Plant the right hand down and the right foot and the left. Turning onto the outer edge of your right foot now. Vastasthasana, side plank position. Or take the feet on top of one another. From here, you've got the feet stacked, then you're stepping your left foot behind and lifting up. If you had the left foot in front, and then taking it behind, you're on the tips of the toes as you lift up and away, holding for a couple of breaths here. And then as you exhale, we're lowering down, fingers to toes, take a bit of a wee tap. Inhale to come up, exhale. Last one. And if that's not filled you with energy, then I don't know what will. So we'll step back, downward facing dog. Let's roll forward, plank position, chaturanga dandasana, all the way down. Bring your chin to the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your back. On the inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest, keep the toes on the floor. Exhale down. Inhale to come up. Exhale. Last 2. One more. Release the hands down, push through tabletop, sweep the legs round and come to seated. So taking legs out in front, let's just spend a few breaths in Dandasana. So press the heels away, lift through your toes, relax your shoulders. Keep the crown of the head growing tall. And the breath moving in and out. We're then going to step the left foot in. Let the knee fall out to the side. You could use a block here just to create some comfort underneath the left knee, or you can just let it be free, whatever's easiest, or whichever feels best rather. So from here, flesh out your bottom, flex your right foot. Let's come onto the pads of the fingers, lift the chest away, look forward and breathe. So holding here to get the position, to really explore and be curious about how your body feels, what is happening, are you active within your body? So we want to really encourage a long spine. The gaze is forward, the chest is forward. Being mindful that often we try to lead with our nose, our chin, the crown of the head, the neck here, and we're going to try and keep all of that quite neutral and quite soft so that we lead with the chest. So using your breath on the inhale to lift the chest forward, hinge from the hip on the exhale to fold. Take your time. Close the eyes if you wish, or keep the gaze forwards and really just sense the movement, noticing how it feels when you're breathing in and out. One more breath. Then just unraveling, bringing yourself back up. We'll switch around. Let's bring the right foot in, left leg extends, finding your sort of comfortable place here. Tuning inwards, slowing down now. So we've done the big expansive postures, the wild thing, the side plank, and now beginning to drift comfortably towards sort of more yin-like place. Stay with your breathing. Couple of breaths. gently come back up. Bring that knee in. Let's scoot down onto our back. So coming onto your back and bringing the knees in, having a wee rock and a roll here, or just moving from side to side. So you decide wherever feels best. Moving round gently one way and then the next. Let's plant the feet down as we move through some nice flowing bridge pose. Tuck the shoulder blades under, tuck the tailbone under, have the feet hip width apart. As you breathe in, lift the hips, float the arms behind you. As you exhale, wave the spine down, bring the hands either side. And let's take 4 more of those nice big expansive movements, lifting and opening, exhaling down. Pausing there. Drawing your left knee in. And then we're going to take the left knee over the right. Lifting your right foot off the floor. So twisted root we would call this, or Garudasana legs. Now we're going to take the knees over to the right side. If you find it comfortable, you could take the left toes behind, so you can tie your legs in a knot once again, and then turning onto the opposite shoulder, so knees to the right, shoulder to the left. Take 5 breaths there. And then make your way back to centre. Unknot the legs and bring the right knee over the left, and then just making sure you've got space to then move the knees over to the left, and the right shoulder grounds down. Three more breaths here. And then bringing the knees back to centre, unravel the legs. So for this next posture, you'll need your blocks. So we're coming into supported fish pose. Bring one block lengthways. This is going to support the back of your head, and then the other block is going to be sort of midline of the back. So set up the blocks. You can move them. Oh, that was a good guess. As you need to. And then bring the arms either side. Feet you can bring down and take them wide. You come into cross-legged. So find wherever it is that's comfortable for you. And we're going to stay here for a couple of moments. So find that deep connection to your breath. Let your body soften and be supported by the props and the floor. The breathing slows down. The jaw relaxes, the brow smooths out, chest is open, there's space across the front of the body, but without all of the effort of having to hold your body here. Instead, feeling quite supported by the surfaces beneath. Feeling this deep connection to your breath as it flows in and out. Then if you've had the eyes closed, just allow them to open, and we'll start to gently bring ourselves out of the posture. So maybe just taking that block away from behind the head. Coming up, so usually feels really nice for the upper back, and then coming back down once again. Bring the knees in, take the knees wide, either stay here and rock from side to side, or hook the big toes or the outer edges of the feet, lift the soles of the feet up to face the sky, ground through your tailbone, and gently rock from side to side. bring the feet down. And bring ourselves into Shavasana. So use any props, maybe grab a blanket for this. Gather anything that you need to be as comfortable as possible. Something that I always find feels really good is to have the bolster or some cushions underneath my knees for support. You might want a cushion underneath your head or a wee blanket as well. So knees rested on a bolster if you've got it. If not, don't worry, just get yourself comfy. Make all the adjustments you need to and let your body become still. Take a few breaths in and out here. Breathe in through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. Just allowing your body to fully soften and relax into the floor. Noticing all of the contact points between your body and the floor. Feeling the heels and the floor, the backs of the legs and the floor, the whole back and the floor, the shoulders, the backs of the arms, the hands, everything is rested upon the floor. Just spending a few breaths letting your body sink and surrender into the floor to feel fully supported and like you can let go here completely. Feeling all of that softness through the body, the front and the back, as you allow yourself to be completely supported, soft, heavy, and feelings of ease and comfort within. Noticing the natural breath coming in and out. Just beginning to wiggle your fingers and toes. Take a big stretch and reach the arms up overhead. Point the toes, take up space. And then bring the knees in. Roll onto your right side. Just pausing there for a wee minute. A couple of breaths. Before coming up to comfortable seat. So whatever that is for you. Take a couple of breaths. Bring the hands onto the knees. Acknowledge the ground beneath your sit bones and the length in your spine. Feeling more connected to yourself here. So through our practice, we've explored all of those beautiful expanding postures, and then the counteraction of contracting the body and making yourself small and opening back up to really balance our energy. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me.